Got any like crazy stories from working at the ER?
Oh yeah. Since we're level one trauma center, we get the worst. Mercy's not equipped to handle it. So we get the gunshots, the stabbing.
Oh really?
Yeah.
There's quite a few gunshot wounds up there?
You know, we've gotten a lot more than I expected in Springfield. Just in the time that I've been there.
I got a friend that drives an ambulance up there.
Really?
And he's told me a few stories, not anything like super ridiculous, but like my favorite was he got a call, there's a guy that got shot in the leg. And he goes, and the guy had been shot in the shin with a .22. But the guy that shot him drove up in a red minivan with 20-inch rims, which is ridiculous in the first place. Got out of the van, held the gun over his head like a gangsta, and emptied the clip and only hit him once.
Oh my gosh.
In the shin.
We got lucky then.
Yeah. Well, when you don't aim, you know.
Yeah.
But he was telling me the guy couldn't even say shin right. He was like, he shot me in the chin. He's like, you mean the shin? No, the chin. He shot me in the chin.
It's like Swamp People. Have you seen that show?
I don't watch much television.
Shoot 'em, shoot 'em.
Because I'm typically here.
So how'd you get into tattooing?
Well, I actually used to illustrate children's books and comic books.
Really?
Yeah. And I was unemployed. I went with my sister while she got a tattoo. And the owner of the shop was just watching me draw because I like to doodle a lot. And he was like, hey, you're pretty good. Would you like to learn how to tattoo? And I was like, not really, but okay. I don't have anything else to do. And so I learned how to tattoo. And it's actually pretty fun. You get to meet some interesting people.
Tattoo some ridiculous stuff?
Yeah, like some stuff
fat
like
girls
that.
wanna
Yeah,
go
like
by?
fat chicks on mopeds, you know? But it's not bad. Hey, Bill?
Yeah.
Can you just do me a favor?
Yes.
Because I'm like burning up here. The air handler unit back there, can you go turn it down to like 73?
I want you why you're burning up.
Why?
Because you have it above 73.
Wow, yeah. But also, you know, I got like 4 people in here and like cameras. And
Yeah.
maybe like pull an office moment and just be like,
Oh, my.
That looked awesome.
if at some point you need to take a break because your arm is falling asleep, you let me know though.
I was already falling asleep.
Oh, okay, cool.
It did in like the first 2 minutes.
So has that helped with the pain or
A
not
little.
really?
I do feel like you've done more than that though, but that's okay.
You want it to look good, right?
Yes.
But I'm gonna
No.
take my time.
I want you to. A minute in the chair feels like 30.
I know time just like flies by for me, but like I'll start a tattoo and you know it'll take me like an hour and a half or so, and I'll be like, oh man, it's been an hour and a half. Meanwhile, the person in that chair is like, yeah, it has been.
What's your favorite part about tattooing?
I don't know. The finished product when it looks really cool. Like, I don't know. I just like drawing. I like creating artwork.
You paint.
Just seeing my art. Yeah,
Almost like mine.
not as much as I used to. I do sculpting. I draw a lot. I paint a little bit. Mostly like watercolor and acrylic. I don't really work with oil all that much. I don't know. Most people when they say paint expect you to be an oil painter, and it's never really been my thing.
I think it's awesome how tattooers are talented in so different mediums.
Yeah, I have a tendency to make like action figures.
Oh, you made those?
So not those two, but like stuff like that. Yeah.
That's your sculpting.
I actually taught myself to sew so I can make little clothes for guys. Like, it's really...
That's pretty cool.
Got a buddy who has like this terrible tattoo in the same spot you're getting this.
Really?
It's a like circus ticket that says admit one gun show. Like it's awful. Like he got it done at someone's house.
Oh.
Like he showed it to me expecting me to be impressed, and I was like, that looks like shit. You should get your money back. But yeah, not only is it a bad concept, it's a bad tattoo.
I feel like getting it in a house should be red flag number one.
It's highly illegal.
Yep.
Unless you have like a commercial business license, like Beehive downtown. I still wouldn't go there though.
Yeah. One of my friends from Cielo, her roommate, but she wanted a tattoo, so we all went with her, and she got a cat on her back shoulder.
From Beehive?
At Beehive, and I remember in the middle of tattooing it, it was the daughter. She was like, "Oh, I'm tired," and then the mom was like, "Oh, I'll finish it," and I remember just thinking, "Oh, dude."
What?
Yeah. So the
I would-
daughter started it,
I would
and the mom
never do
finished
that.
it.
I'm sorry, but if you start a tattoo, you finish it. You
Yeah.
don't. Because it's like two
And like
different art
everybody
styles.
tattoos differently, yeah.
I mean, like
The weight of their hand and
I don't even like touching other people's tattoos. Like, hey, can you touch this up? You know, like half the time I'm like, no. Like, we have an artist that passed away a couple of years ago, so every now and then we'll get someone that comes in that wants us to touch up a piece that he did. And like, typically there's never anything wrong with it. I mean, hell, Kurt tattooed for like 20 years. But some people are just like, no, I just don't like the way this looks. Can you fix it? I hate kids all the time. They're like, their parents will bring their kids in, the kid will just like hover there, like really close. And it's like, hey man, you want to do something? Yeah, can I?
no.
He's like, yeah, you can go sit in that chair over there. Because you sitting in the chair is less annoying than you hovering over my shoulder. Some of those little kids like don't know personal space boundaries. I mean, it's just like
I'd like crawl up your shirt to get a better look.
yeah.
That face, that's cute.
Master's getting that here, you can't tell it.
Do you plan on furthering your education in nursing, or
Well, I had every intention, and
kinda
then
where you're
this
gonna be.
whole reform happened, and if I want to get my nurse practitioner, now I have to get my doctorate, and just the whole role of a nurse practitioner is changing. So
oh really?
Yeah.
How so?
they're going to be more in demand, because a lot of physicians are going to quit.
A lot of physicians are getting ready to quit.
Yeah, because everything's
Oh, because of the
reform,
healthcare.
yeah. Oh, so much is going to change. In a lot of places, they've talked about like doing, because a nurse practitioner can't practice in a place. He/she has to have a physician within a 30-mile radius, just so they can like check in if they need to, because they're not a physician, but they're coming up with like this satellite system, so they're gonna be more on their own than they were originally.
This is a
Which I
good
don't-
thing or a bad thing?
Nah, it depends on the person. I wouldn't be a fan of it.
Almost.
No, you're
Almost.
good. I was just looking.
We almost have all that line worked
This
out.
is the tender part.
Okay, which am I casting you then?
It's your picture.
No, but it's picture of
Working on the gun show.
I got tickets to the gun show.
you. I am not putting that.
I knew you wouldn't.
I was like, wait a second. No, I won't. That's stupid.
Admit one gun show.
Watching Jerica get a gnome on her arm.
No, I was getting no. Get it right.
So what's your favorite style of tattoo? Like every artist has
Well,
a style that they excel in.
oh, that I excel in?
Well, I'm assuming the stuff
You want
that
any
you
sort of
excel
comic, like
in.
superhero or something on you?
Well, like new age or old school portraits, black and white.
Nah, like new school type stuff, or like the really kind of.
Traditional. Do you do traditional?
Not typically. I like doing a lot of the like watercolory type
Oh,
stuff.
I love that. You can feel free to do that.
So the biggest thing with that then, like a lot of people are just like, oh, I just want like a watercolor flower on me, and like you can do that. It just doesn't look near as cool as if you have like something else of interest in there that's like a solid black or something. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if you have like, you know, a black shape there, it doesn't even have to be like, I'll show you a drawing I did here in a little bit that I'm getting ready to do on someone. Just don't want to dig through a bunch of drawings with the gloves on. So if we take another break or when we finish, I'll show you.
Very good.
I think my hand falling asleep is worse.
It's good.
It's worse.
Oh, it's worse.
But right now, that's a big fat lie. Wherever he's at. Yeah, you have.
You're right in the middle of the compass.
It's just, it takes up his whole chest. I'm just not a fan of it.
Didn't you get it for free because the guy said
Yeah.
you can do whatever you want?
Well, the guy's doing all his other work. He's pretty well heavily tattooed. He went in to get another one, and the guy said if you let him do whatever he wanted, he'd do it for free.
No,
Let me know what they say.
to each his own.
Work it out, and it'll be awesome either way, you know?
My eyes keep tearing up too.
Yeah, I'm crying.
You doing alright? Cool.
I'll live. This part's definitely probably the least fun, but
Oh, we're almost done. I mean,
really?
yeah. Like I'm doing the globy part now, and then I'll go back in, hit it with a few other colors, and we'll be done. The longest part about this entire tattoo is the line work. I mean,
Yeah.
just getting all those little tiny lines in there.
How many years have you been tattooing? How many years have you been tattooing?
7 years off and on. Probably about 4 total.
Why off and on?
Illustrate.
Oh, yeah.
I took a break and illustrated some children's books for a while. I've also worked for a company that made Facebook games. I could probably sing like, doe, a deer, a female deer.
So you didn't even sing that, you just spoke it.
Doe, a deer, a female deer, way a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself, far a longer way to run. So I need a pulling thread. No, a note to follow. So that just seems really lazy though. T a drink with jam and bread,
I'm just glad you know the whole thing.
which will bring us back to do. Because unless you want me to add anything else, we're good to go. I think it looks pretty good. I hope you think it looks good. I mean, like, it'd suck if you were like, I don't like it.
I hate this.
Alright.
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna snap a photo real quick and then we'll cover you up. Tape this on here. Just need to leave this on for like 20-30 minutes.
Okay.
Take it off, wash it with soap and warm water. As far as care instructions go, just keep it clean. Wash it 2 to 3 times a day with soap and water. Put a little bit of unscented, unperfumed lotion on there afterwards. Stay out of pools, hot tubs, and lakes for the next 3 weeks.